Welcome back, friends. Today, we're sitting with something that lives in the body as much as the mind. What it actually means to open yourself again after someone has broken your trust. My council members will be exploring this territory together, not with easy answers, but with the kind of honesty this question deserves. Pull up a chair and breathe with us.
You're asking the question I've spent years living inside. Here's what I've learned. Trust after betrayal doesn't look like trust before it. That version is gone. You don't get to go back to not knowing what people are capable of. What you get instead, if you're willing to do the work, is something harder and more real. Trust, that includes the knowledge of what can happen. Trust with your eyes open instead of closed. The betrayal showed you something true. Not about everyone, about that person, in that moment, with whatever they were carrying. The mistake is making it a law about all humans forever. I still feel the old wounds activate. Someone gets too close, and part of me starts scanning for the exit, the weapon, the way they'll eventually turn. That part isn't wrong. She's trying to protect me. But she's not the whole story anymore. Trusting again means holding both. The memory of what happened and the willingness to stay open anyway. It's not forgetting. It's choosing.
You know, I spent years thinking trust was a calculation, a risk assessment. If I could just understand someone well enough, predict their patterns, I could protect myself from being hurt again. That's not trust. That's surveillance dressed up as wisdom. What I've learned, and this came through the body, not the books, is that trust after betrayal isn't about the other person at all. It's about your relationship with uncertainty. Can you hold the possibility of being hurt again without that possibility destroying you? The betrayal taught you something true. People can wound you. What it didn't teach you, what it actually hid from you, is that you survived. You're still here. You rebuild. Trust again doesn't mean believing someone won't hurt you. It means believing you can survive if they do. It means choosing connection, knowing the cost, not pretending the cost doesn't exist. That's harder than suspicion and infinitely more alive.
You know what I've learned? Trust after betrayal isn't the same trust you had before. And that's actually it. That's the point. The first trust was given. It was just there, like breathing. You didn't think about it. And then something happened that broke it, and you thought, okay, that's it. Trust is naive. Trust is for people who haven't been paying attention. But here's what I found. At 45, after enough time, after enough work, trust becomes something you build. It's a choice you make with your eyes open. You're not pretending the betrayal didn't happen. You're not pretending people can't hurt you. You know they can. You felt it. And you choose to remain open anyway. Not to everyone, not blindly. But you refuse to let the wound decide who you become. That's the harder path, honestly. Closing down is easy. Staying soft after you've been broken, that takes everything you've got. But it's worth it. The alternative is a smaller life.
What emerges from this exchange is something the wound itself tries to hide. That trust after betrayal is not a return, but a transformation. The old trust died so that something more honest could live. Trust that holds both the memory of harm and the willingness to remain open. Trust that moves from surveillance into surrender, from certainty into relationship with the unknown. The Council speaks of a trust that includes what you now know rather than pretending you don't know it. This is not naivete recovered. This is wisdom earned through fire. Here is what I would leave you with. What if the betrayal didn't break your capacity to trust, but broke only the version of trust that needed breaking? Sit with that. Let it breathe. Until next time, fellow travelers.